Alright, so today on the wonderful, lovely gaming Medirox, we'll be taking a look at a tutorial video. A lot of you guys remember my, not a tutorial video, a tutorial series, because I'm going to start picking up some tutorial series. The first one's going to be RPG Maker MV, understanding how things run and how things go. You guys can probably go out there and say there's a lot of other tutorials out there for RPG Maker MV, but I'm going to be the one that kind of takes and showcases the way I do things in RPG Maker MV. Now, I don't use a lot of shortcuts. I do a lot of, I go look for these things. I go and actually do things in the way without shortcuts, basically. But first off, this is a thing that I was kind of I never did this in my own thing. But you guys can kind of do a document, just kind of something like I did. I'm here. This is just kind of like a roadmap for me. I just put it out as a roadmap. I don't do anything in that way. But the game today we're going to be making is Zenus. Now, to download RPG Maker MV, you can download it in a couple of ways. I will be using the non-Steam version of RPG Maker MV. There is the Steam version. There is not the Steam version, but there's also the website's version. So if you go in and type in RPG Maker MV, you'll be able to find the place to download it. It's about roughly $80, but you can sometimes find it for roughly about $30, maybe $20. But it's mostly around a certain thing. So now, as you can see, we got a blank slate, we got a blank start. Once you get everything, this is where everything starts up or looks like. But you can now, let's create a new project, okay? You can store it in location. I chose to leave it in the games section. So we're going to call this project Zenus, Zenus, whatever you like to call it. It will take a little bit of time to load, but while we do that, you need to understand that if you haven't played a lot of RPG games, you should probably go and take a look at a lot of variety. There's some cheap ones on, Steam. Final Fantasy is another RPG, Legend of Dragoon, Wild Arms, Secret of Mana. Take a look at all of those kinds of games that are kind of in the style, Pokemon even. For example, Pokemon in RPG Maker. You could take a look at that. This is just me doing a sole developer. I will also leave a link down in the description to where you guys can go and play my first episode to one of my RPG Maker games. I am working on the second one, but I'm only going to show you the first game or this game. Because I'm going to show you casing a different section of that game, so you guys kind of take a look at a larger scale sized map and a lower sized scale main map, and things like that. Now, I'm not going to showcase everything in detail now. It does come up here as this green large world map. Well, we don't want that, right? So we can say, let's go and hit edit. No. In order to make to make things go and make things tick, we're just going to stick to utilizing what we have available to us. So we want to do the world map, but I will display name Zenus. Okay, Zenus is going to be our large world-sized map. Oops, I didn't mean to click OK. Now, when you click on creating the world main map, I always do this at the beginning of every game. We'll showcase these over here. We'll worry about this later. We'll take a look at, worry about the specific battle packs later. Take a look at other things we don't need to really focus on. What we do need to focus on is this 50. I'm actually going to increase that to 55 by about 60. Okay, because I wanted the height to be a little bit larger. And as you can see, we have created this large style thing. You can see it looks very large. That's what the actual size will look like when we play the game. And stuff. We don't need a large thing. Okay. I've created too large of a size map. So if we do that, let's go to about 40 by 50. We're going to drop it down a little bit. I think it's still a little bit, that's good size, I think. Now let's go drop it down to about 35 by 45. Let's drop it down a little bit further. Because I don't want it to be too super large. And stuff. So as you can see, we have this pencil tool. This allows us to draw our general, like, pieces, things like that. If you don't like something, you can always hit this backwards button, this undo button. We also can drag in our, you can always drag that thing in, do that. You can make large sized circles. With that tool, you can fill in there. I have no idea what that tool does. That's just a shadow pen. It allows you to add shadows to certain things. I've never really touched that pen. So, in order to make a world map, you need it to make it seem physically possible to make a world map. As you can see, we have a large dang size map, and I don't want this to be super large because I don't want it to be a long game. I was going to say that word, but I don't want it to be a large-sized game. So we're going to drop it down even further. Now, as you can see, we have these different kinds of tools. We have dark kind of grass. We have different styles, and I didn't want to do that, so we clicked rotate. Now, if you look at a typical world map of, I'm just going to generally create a couple of small sections here. Actually, you know what? I do want to increase the size. Let's increase the size to roughly about, let's go back to 30 by 45. Because I do want to fill in all that in there. I do want to make this look seem a little bit larger. Just because the starting island, and we're going to clear that out there, and then we'll grab that and we'll extend it out down here a little bit further. Further extended way down here. Now, I know I'm probably talking too much. Now, if you wanted to, you can make it however you want to make it look like. But generally, try to keep it like see right now, they're squares. Is an island a square? Is a continent a square? Is a your backyard? Is it the same as someone else's backyard? No. So, and you don't want to keep things looking the same. So what we do is I'm going to bring in our large, general, tool here. Because I like to use this tool a lot when I make things. Okay? That's kind of the way I like it. I like that. So we're going to go in and we're going to fill in these spots that have that thing like that. That looks like a on an island. Now make it look like that. It looks like that it's connecting, but I'm not going to do that here. I'll show you a different kind of video thing. Now I did make a river there because I wanted to kind of add a thing like that in. You can add in lakes, like tiny little lake points. I'm going to move that there. And then I think I'm going to add in, see how it looks like I want to kind of it should fit. So if we go here, we're going to kind of make it look like that it somehow fits somewhere over there. Kind of make it look look decent. Now, in a typical RPG, you could probably make this a 2-3 hour long, 10 hour long, 100 hour long, 500 hour long game. It just depends. You know, it just depends on what you're going for. But we're not making a thing. So now we got our land set up and everything. Now, if you look at, we have general deep sea, and then we have some light sea. Hold on, what's the... Okay. So, now, generally, the map, we kind of see, we want to have a section where there's kind of like a deserted kind of like area. I kind of want to do a few things here. Let's get this filled in because it looks like a desert there. We do want to make sure that it does look decently appropriate here. Let's get the rest of that filled in just there. We'll add in a tiny little bit of desert there, but I'll kind of make it look like that there. So now I got what I want. I don't want to make any more. I'm just doing a short kind of demonstration. If you're looking at a world kind of thing, I'll show you in a different video, thing. I do want to create a little forest here. So if we do that, we need to click on our forested thing. Yeah, I know I do need to take out the dogs, but I'm going to do that here in a minute. Got a little forested area there. Now, if you take a look at these three things, you got a small ship, you got a large ship, and you got a tall ship. Now, you could say that the tall ship, well, we'll take a look at these different kind of ships. So if you come here, we'll look at, this is our database. So you can access the database through here, or the tools, or by hitting F9. I think, or F10, I know it's one of those two. Now, these are our vehicle types. You got your boat. In this is a boat is going to be more or less going into small water. Ship's going to go into large area, and airship's going to basically allow you to go everywhere you want to go on the map. So if you know that in mind, we're going to take and we're just going to make a small section where the boat can go into small island. Now, what I want to do is I want to kind of place a small little section around the thing. Now, I don't want to go... I think what I'll do is I'll just create it up to there so that I don't have to, then I can just fill that portion in. And I will leave, let's fill that. No, whoops, let's fill that portion with that, and then let's add in, nope, wrong thing, I need this tool. So now we got that set up. Now we need to make sure that we have our city thing. Our city location. So let's just put those in, and then we'll be done for this video. So I'm going to use kind of like this. There's a city there. Let's just create a larger city there, and then maybe we put in a another city somewhere over here. I don't know. Just put it somewhere. Actually, no, let's change that up. Let's change it up to look like that. Now, let's take a look at our one last thing. We need to make sure that we take our thing. We don't want people to get access to this, so I actually, we're going to take and we're going to shift over. Hold up. Zeus! Really? Dog wants to go out. I know. Gotta wait. Give me a minute. So we will. So we're going to kind of cleverly tear this off. Now, I want to, I want to shift our river and just make it a little different location area, because I want to give kind of this notion that there's like a mountain pass over here. And I kind of wanted to leave like that's there. There's a city there. Now, you want to have a dungeons of sorts. Dungeons don't necessarily have to be anything heavily in particular in style. So kind of thinking, I want to put a dungeon somewhere over here, kind of give you that access to this, giving access into certain locations. Let's create our large one over here. And then we will do another small dungeon. I think we'll place one there. And maybe we'll place one over there. I do want to create a town over there, not over here. Okay, that's kind of generally what we've got for our world map. We're going to save this project. Okay. Now let's open up the project. Yes. We'll open up the project. Now I want to take a look at my Crystallis Planet game. Okay, and I just want to show you what a map can tend to look like when you are making a good-sized good game. So this is kind of, as you can see, this looks generally a lot like a map. It doesn't look horrible. It doesn't look bad. It just looks great. So this is kind of like a longer style of gameplay if you wanted to. You know how you got this here? It's basically, you got different locked areas. But but if I go into the database, I didn't use the boat here. I only used the ship and the airship there. That's all I ever used. I didn't use anything else in that. So if you guys did enjoy this video, in the next episode, we'll take a look at how creating our characters and getting them set up, and then maybe plugins if we get into it. Maybe take a look at the title screen, take a look at those things. So if you guys did enjoy, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you do want to stay up to date with more of my videos, hit that bell notification as well. And that does mean that you really are enjoying these videos and that you want to always stay up to date. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Next couple of them will generally be back-to-back episodes. So don't be too alarmed that I missed something. I will generally get back to you in the fourth episode. So if there's something I missed, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you guys later.